Hey, I'm MSCHF. I'm a DJ from Colombia, currently based in Toronto, Canada. I got into DJing because I really love hard techno. I was actually DJing house parties with my high school friends, playing Latin music like crossover, bachata, merengue, reggaeton, all these Latin sounds. And when everyone was like passed out at 3, 4 in the morning, I would start blasting techno on my own. I used to club a lot, and I always wonder what the DJs did, so I just took a chance, got into it, and fell in love with this craft. Yeah, I'm still loving it, like McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, I'm Sid, also go by Menace, that's my DJ name. Got into DJing almost 3 years ago, and as Seb said, was always intrigued by like what goes on in the DJ booth, and that's kind of drew me into the scene. And yeah, it's been a great journey so far here in the city.
I remember
it was at Riverdale.
Yeah, at Riverdale, I was playing at this forest illegal rave, and they came up to me after my set, and we kind of just hung out. We started talking, and then we met at
that was
different rave.
That was around the same time we were gonna start Takeover 6.
Yeah.
So we were actively looking for hard techno DJs in the city. And I think around the same time we offered you to be a part of the collective, I think.
So, no, you guys invited me to an after party at your house.
Oh, yeah.
And so we went to this after party, I started playing, and we were having like a blast. We were having the time of our lives. And then they kind of just pulled me aside, and they're like, yeah, we want to start a collective, and we want to start throwing our own events. And
do you want to play our first party?
Yo, that's crazy. Absolutely. Yes, and 100 times yes.
Our first show was a sold-out show. It was at Body Shop Studios. And yeah, shout out to those guys.
R.I.P. Body Shop.
Yeah, they actually gave us a platform to showcase what we can do and what we can bring. And our first show itself was a huge boost to us that, okay, we're doing something right. We were just a bunch of kids who didn't know what they were doing, but we still knew what we were doing. It was always a race against time. Didn't know how to market properly either, but we just kept going. And like every show, we try and do something different, something that we can add in terms of value to everyone who walks in through the door.
Hard techno and this scene, it being so mainstream and commercial, and everything that social media has brought to the scene can be beneficial. I'm not saying everything is, but it can be beneficial for the people who actually enjoy the music, or even for the people who don't know about it, as a funnel to get to know about it and just kind of sort of explore it a bit more. And in the end, they're gonna end up figuring out what it's all about for themselves.
You call something commercial because it's this big now, but 3 years ago, hard techno was just 200 people. Every hard techno party we'd go to was 200 people.
And now look, it's represented in the biggest festivals, Electric Island, Veld. So
yeah, everyone's picking up on it. Like, I think all in all, it's a great thing that it's getting bigger and bigger. Yes, there are problems that come with it, and we run into them. But I think as every party goes, we try adding more fail-safes. A couple acts that we booked 6 months ago, back then there were no allegations of sorts, right? There's nothing out in the media, nothing that we as organizers knew about. And then came February when the whole Me Too DJ thing started. And those two guys, those two bookings that we had were part of the list of allegations. So the first thing we as promoters did was cancel those shows, even though it meant losing some money that we had already paid and which we'd never get back. But we still went ahead, canceled those shows. I think the bottom line is that if there's something out there, something that's public knowledge, and it's not up to industry standards in terms of behavior, then yes, we are going to take actions on it.
I mean, listen, we can't control other people's actions. Like, of course,
Yeah.
there's always going to be bad people or rotten apples everywhere, in any scene. But we can't control what they do. We can only do the best that we can ourselves.
Yeah.
And provide as many great experiences as we can. If you compare it to South America or Europe, we're always behind in North America, at least 3 or 4 years. So if we can contribute something, that is a win. That is a big win against the people who are just trying to do it for the money or the clout. So,
but yeah, I feel that now we're kind of closing in that gap compared to the States. We're right up there. Like earlier, it was always, oh, there's a show in the States, we have a free date. Do you guys in Toronto want that date? Earlier, we would just get the leftover dates. We didn't have a spot on the table to be like, okay, we want to do this on this date, and you plan everything around it. So I think that's the biggest growth I've seen, like on the back end of things.
we definitely need more venues.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is something we gotta change.
We need more
Yeah.
venues. I hope the city comes to realize this scene is actually bringing a lot of culture and
Business.
growth, economical growth to the city, and the arts and culture part of it is becoming like such an important part of it, the rave scene in general. So, you know, all these regulations nowadays, they're really not cut out for what the scene is becoming and what it will become in the next years.
When it comes to big festivals, the city is always on board. Anything that's like huge in size, they're always on board. But when it comes to these small parties, these small venues, the city is actually clamping down on them a lot. These small parties are the gateway that bring new people into the scene, and yeah, that is something that needs to change for sure. I don't think hard techno is going to go anywhere. It might evolve into something else, but at the core, it's always gonna stay there.
I mean, it's always existed since the start of techno. There was hard techno. You know, terms like shrans, they've always been around since the 90s, early 2000s. Then hardstyle as well, and then kind of everything just got mashed in together, and then we have DJs playing all sorts of styles within one set, and I think that's amazing as well if you can tell a story through different styles. So if you like it and you're willing to participate and actually provide like good energy to the community, do it. If you don't want to be a part of it, there's no reason to be throwing shit at it. There's literally no reason. So
and I think people on the outside, yes, of course they can have their opinions, but once you pull up to one of the parties, you'll see people actually having a great time, and at the end, that's kind of the whole idea and the goal behind like throwing these parties, is just to have like people in there having the best time of their lives.
Come see us headlining stage 3 at Electric Island. Yeah.
8:30 p.m.
June 28th. Finally, we're getting more hard techno representation in the bigger festivals, which is great. And honestly, I feel really grateful that we can be a part of it too. So
yeah, see you all at Electric Island then.